Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, and in this one I'm battling with some of the people from the past because you just really cannot neglect your past, can you? I mean, I've kind of neglected one up. I mean, Spartan and my Volcarona and Alicia Keys and Collector and that first Skarmory that Larry made for me. Man, these guys are old, they're veterans, but I have to honor them somehow, shouldn't I? So I'm battling against Nasos again. He's one of my friends from the former GCL. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, kind of broke off. And I'm going to go for the Protect because I want to see what this Latias is going to do. And he's going to go for the Ice Beam, and it looks like this must be Choice Specs. No, it is not. It must be Choice Specs, or maybe a Scarfer. I don't know. If it was Specs, it could have done more damage. Anyway, so he is choiced in some way, and I'm going to put his Latios to sleep because I did not expect me to survive this. So I'm going to switch out into something that can deal with Latios at present. So I know someone that likes to deal with dragons. I actually likes dealing with dragons a lot. So best thing for me to do here is to predict his switch out into something that can take Volcarona's Bug Buzz maybe, and go into a substitute like I always do with this thing. But I actually went for the Quiver Dance because it's just kind of a old battle. I'm not sure, is it old, is it new? I'm not sure, but this nonetheless is a battle that I'm pretty sure that we all want to see. So Quiver Dance all the way to God, and I'm pretty sure that Moon Blasts will pretty much do nothing. But apparently he is nasty and he just goes for the toxic. I mean, why did you pollute my moth? I mean, this thing was the sun for when that asteroid hit Earth and the ash covered the sun, and this thing just did things for you. And what did you do? You just threw some toxic waste at him and said, okay, I'm gonna kill you, and forget about everything that Volcarona has done for you. Shame on you, Nasos. Shame on you, for shame. So out comes Arcanine, and this thing pretty much walls me in any way, and Flash Fire. Oh god, where do I begin? Arcanine is one of the most annoying Pokemon in existence, meaning that you cannot kill this thing, you cannot deal with it, it just screws you over completely, and it just did enough damage for me to kill it. And he's going to go, and he's going to get some health back with that stupid berry of his, because that's what Arcanine does, it survives attacks, and that's what it's supposed to do. So he's going to go for the Wild Charge at a range where I'm going to die from Toxic Poison, and he has taken care of my Special Sweeper. Very good, very, very good. I'm impressed. No, I'm not bitching. I promised you guys I will try to bitch as least as possible. So he's going to have to switch out this Arcanine because apparently this thing does not like taking Dragon type attacks, but he's going to go for the Earthquake, and I'm going to go for the Crunch, predicting something instead of Earthquake, because Latios does not like. He actually resisted somewhat. How? And he's not choiced, so that means that this is a bulky Latios, because this can only explain the fact that he survived a choice banded Crunch. So Latios is out of the way. That is good news. That is perftastic news. Now, Florges is pretty much going to wall my Garchomp here, and I do not have anything that can take it on. Oh, wait, I do! Yes, you cannot toxic me, you can throw Moonblasts at me all day long, I can tank them like a beast, and apparently my Amoonguss does not care because it puts you to sleep. So some of you guys said that if I kill a sleeping Pokemon and put another one to sleep, apparently it's not much of a problem. So Florges is making wishes, and well, you make wishes, I make them come true on the other end, and he's gonna try and pass that to his Arcanine, which is cool, I guess. So I'm going to Spore the next thing that comes in here, because I knew that he wanted to pass that wish onto his Arcanine. Now I pretty much knew that this would have happened, so I go for the Spore, and I put his dog to sleep, because apparently this dog has been too hyperkinetic, and I really need to slow it down somehow. So putting it to sleep with some sleeping powder will put it to sleep and make it, anyway. So Spartan comes in, and I'm going to scare him out of his Arcanine, make him believe that I'm going to go for an Earthquake. And as a matter of fact, do I go for the Earthquake? I think I do. No, I actually did a stupid play and I forgot about the Mandibuzz, and now I'm locked into Earthquake. So now I was like, next time you should better switch into Rock Slide because Spartan likes throwing rocks at things. Yeah! So a wall is only good as a wall can wall things against another wall while being walled by another wall. Oh my god, this is too much for me. Oh, my brain hurts. Anyway, so, poisoning Mandibuzz, and the insane gamers should know this. Poisoning Mandibuzz is pretty much a priority. I mean, if you poison this thing, it is pretty much screwed. It is pretty much useless. So Skarmory just likes to roost because it just likes laying down. I mean, flying can be very stressful, very tiring. So I can take foul plays all day long. And this is my old Skarmory, which I had some attack investment in this thing, which is kind of stupid. And in comes Arcanine. Ooh, that's a good move. Now this thing is pretty much going to scare me, so I set up the spikes instead of going for the Steel Wing, the predicted Steel Wing, because Nasus has been very loyal and has been watching my videos and has been studying my former teams even from the past, and that's why I said I want to have a battle with this team. So I said, okay, I cannot say no. So I'm not sure if this is an old battle or a new one. I just do not know. I just find some battles in my VS recorder and I just record the shit out of them. And Florges is gonna come in, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the Rock Slide, predicting him to switch into Mandibuzz again, and that is gonna do pretty good amount of damage. But the thing is that Florges has a stupid berry, in which I cannot risk my Spartan here. I mean, she is key. I mean, she's like, I have to fight for Sparta, and apparently she cannot stay in because she's gonna die from a fairy-like flower. A land shark from Sparta has a lethal weakness to flowers. Oh my god. Anyway, so apparently it looks like people know what the Achilles heel of the Spartans is, so he's going to switch into his Mandibuzz, and I cannot spore this thing, I cannot do crap to it, so that's why I went for some Giga Drain action to see how much HP I can steal from something like this. So, Mandibuzz. I really like this Pokemon a lot, and if I'm the receiving end of it, which I am now, things are pretty much looking bad for me because I do not like dealing with these things. They're scary. Mandibuzz is freaking scary, ladies and gentlemen. So Skype goes off, and well, apparently I have to switch out into something that can take this thing on all day long, and he's gonna go for the roost, and he's gonna stall the poison, and yeah, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Mandibuzz, ladies and gentlemen, is so annoying that even when you throw toxic sludgy waste at its face, it still is annoying, so you have to pretty much kill it, and the only way to kill it is, off the top of my head, a Thunderbolt from Raikou. I don't know, it just came to my head, face, something. So I went for the second layer of spikes because there's nothing he can do, and why hasn't he gone for the Defog? So apparently Dragonite likes to throw a very heating, firing flame of death on my Skarmory, and just kinda stuffs. So anyway, I'm going to have to switch out my Skarmory here because I actually stayed in for what reason? Oh, maybe I wanted to sack my Skarmory in hope that he wouldn't in fact do anything. So I didn't expect him to go for the Outrage. I expected him to go for another 5 punch and finish me off. That's why I opted for Steel Wing. But the best thing is that I can actually sack my Skarmory for later, and I can make a very good prediction in his Outrage. Not a prediction, well, it's the only reasonable move. I have one fairy that resists his Dragon type move, so I'm gonna go for the sub here because I know that he has to switch apparently. So I get a free sub up, and I'm expecting my opponent to go for an attack. And what attack do Arcanines do on Steel types, on Steel Fairies? He wants to burn my keys and melt them so I cannot get back in my house. That is very cruel of you, Arcanine. And this thing just doesn't die. It doesn't. It has a lot of fans, but when you're on the receiving end of this thing, things are not good. So I'm gonna go for the foul play. Foul play. I'm going to hit this thing so hard that it just nearly dies, but it just doesn't want to die apparently because this thing it's not that foul enough. So if I had played a little fouler, I don't know, I would have been able to kill Arcanine. So I have to sack my Skarmory, and Arcanine goes for another Flare Blitz and kills the only thing that I have to sack. I offered a sacrifice. I had an offering for the gods, for the Hex gods, to help me in the future. So not even this amount of HP is enough to kill this thing. God, what is it with this thing? So Arcanine goes for the extreme speed, knowing that it's going to die, and it gets a critical hit on Spartan. All the damage this woman takes is incredible. She just gets hit day by day. She gets violated. She cries and she says that, please, I just help me. And I'm like, you have to fight for Sparta, baby. So the spikes are really going to help here, because the rock slide is going to be strong enough to actually kill it from the range of health it is. And although it might be a neutral hit from a neutral attacker, Florges is not the best defensive Pokemon in the world, and this is a choice banded Garchomp, so I'm gonna have to switch Spartan out, because I do not want to be taking an attack from Mega Zam. So this is the new threat that I have to deal with right now. I dealt with Latios, Florges is out of the way, but Alakazam is still something that is a problem, is a serious problem. So Alakazam goes for the Energy Ball. Why didn't it go for the Dazzling Gleam? I mean, it should carry Dazzling Gleam. It's an Alakazam after all. So this thing, as if it's not scary enough, when it had 2 spoons, it was a great threat. And as if that's not enough, it gets 3 more and just terrorizes people. So he really wants his Alakazam intact and predicts my Thunder Wave beautifully there. So apparently Alicia Keys is going to go for the unsaid, she's going to go for the substitute, because that's what she does. Alicia Keys, she just substitutes herself, hides behind a Rhydon doll, or at least that's what I think it is, and it takes damage until this Dragonite dies from Toxic. I mean, it just it was Skarmory that belched toxic sludgy waste on that Dragonite, and it's been okay. I liked it a lot. So substitute, another one will do here, because Dragonite is pretty much going to go for the Outrage. It doesn't affect me at all. He predicted me to go into my Garchomp to resist the Fire Punch. That was a very good prediction. It would have been good, but apparently it is at a range of HP where it will pretty much die. So Dragonite goes for another Fire Punch, tries to break my sub, succeeds in breaking my sub. I return the favor with a Foul Play, and Alicia Keys takes another soul for herself. So Dragonite dies. That is one big threat out of the way, and I have something to deal with here. He doesn't have a Greninja like I said earlier, but he does have this Alakazam, and thank goodness I can paralyze this thing freely. So this Alakazam is practically useless when it's slow, because Alakazam is fast and a very hard hitter, but it's very frail. And the good thing is that I get the Parahax. Hold on, guys. Hello, money. Hello. Why are you sitting there? Just listen to me. Obey. Apparently, I do not have enough badges to train my dog. So, Alakazam is going to go for a Shadow Ball, and is going to bring me with another critical hit. What is with this thing today? He just crit hacks me all day long. My guys have been suffering so much damage. It is not funny. So I went for a finishing blow, but he's like, haha, I'm going to switch into my Mandibuzz. I'm like, I don't care. Well, it doesn't make any difference to me. You're poisoned. So he's like, aha, I have a Rocky Helmet. And I'm like, I don't see no Rocky Helmet. What kind of shenanigans is this? This is deceitful, man. I mean, this is a lie. I mean, Mandibuzz isn't wearing a helmet. She has a bone, and since when do bones hurt you? So, it must have been the Foul Play. I mean, you should have seen how Klefki just smacked her face onto that Mandibuzz big chest and fainted. So, I have to stall this thing with an Amoonguss. So, things are pretty much not in my favor. Well, not pretty much, not in my favor at all. So, Amoonguss here, 1 up, because, you know, if you sniff this mushroom, you'll have eternal life. It's a good mushroom. Takes a Brave Bird and doesn't take it at all very well, because this thing is a lot of... It's actually going to be very much to deal with, and I do not like having problems. I knew he was going to go for an attack somehow. I know that his moves are Roost, Brave Bird. Um, what other moves does he have? He also has the foul play. So I'm gonna have to switch into my Garchomp here because I predicted the Roost, and I'm gonna switch back into my Amoonguss to take the foul play. So, sorry about that. My dog is distracting me. I don't know what's wrong with this girl. I'm not letting her go out because of two very big dogs, and I do not want them to rape my little baby. So, that aside, I take the foul play favorably well. Things went well. I mean, I did a correct prediction. And Amoonguss here, please, I need this thing not to fail me at all. So, my opponent here is going to go for another Roost, and it is going to be a problem. I mean, all it does is just blast Roosts left, right, and center all day long. So, Amoonguss is not going to be taking this very well at all. So, where was I? Oh, yes. So, Mandibuzz here is pretty much a pain in the rear end because this thing. Oh my god. So, spikes are gonna do enough damage just to say, oh, I almost killed this thing. So, I should have gone for the Giga Drain, but I did not predict the switch, to be honest. So, a Giga Drain would have been an insane prediction there. So, I was kind of counting on the hacks, but I didn't get the hacks. So, things were not in my favor, and I lost my special wall. The only thing that I could wall this Mandibuzz with. So I'm gonna go for the Swords Dance, and I'm gonna get the +2 because the collector has been dying to claim some souls to itself. So Psyshock is gonna go and blast my collector to the sky, but apparently it's not enough because I have a Focus Sash, and it just hangs on to 1 HP. 1 HP is enough, so Collector is going to go for the X-Scissor, and sorry for the glitch there, my video kind of stopped and I had to continue recording again. I had to hit the record button again, or so you guys believe. I just destroyed this Mega Alakazam so hard that it just hid. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the greatest mistake that my opponent could have ever done. Rocky Helmet works to his advantage again, and instead of him going for the Roost, where he could have been at a nominal position to take a Rock Slide from my Spartan, he goes for the foul play. No, I mean, didn't you know that I was at 1 HP and I would have died to your Rocky Helmet anyway? So Spartan is like, okay, we've had enough of this bird. We've had enough of this madness. I shall put an end to this madness. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the rest. And I will be seeing you guys in the future. So goodbye.